Hello, my name is Dee Ramos, and in this video, I am going to show you how to use a pre-built Power Automate AI model, which is to read invoices. So I'm going to show you how to quickly get that set up into your Power Automate flows. And because it's a pre-built flow, it is going to go pretty quick. So this will be pretty simple, hopefully. Let's get into it. Let's start with navigating to make.powerautomate.com. And on the left, we're going to click on AI Hub. After you click on AI Hub, we're going to click on AI Models right here in the middle. Once that loads, since we're going to be talking about invoices in this video, we're going to click right here in the center. It says Extract Information from Invoices. Here it gives you a quick description on what this flow can do for you. And then it also gives you some sample invoices and what it's looking to pull off of those invoices to share into your next steps of your flow. So there's 3 different examples here. And then down here, it says use pre-built model. I'm going to start with use in a flow. Next, it loads what this flow is going to do. So it's a manual flow. It's going to be triggered by a button, and then it's going to need access to 3 different things: Microsoft Dataverse, 365 users, and email. So I've created now the flow, and as you can tell, it quickly creates 5 steps for us. Because Copilot is not needed, I did close that out. So I'm going to take a quick step-by-step look at each one of these so that you can see what is set up by default without any changes to this flow. On each action, there's a quick description on what this action does, and then it goes all the way down to sending an email towards the bottom with the content, and then it does also show that there's going to be an attachment to this email. So to test this, I first have to save the flow. And now that it's saved, I'm going to click Test. And here I'm going to manually trigger the flow and click Test. It's just reminding me that it's going to use Office 365 users and Outlook to make this flow run properly. Here I'm going to click Import, and I'm going to select an invoice I want it to read. So now that I've selected an invoice, I'm going to click Open and run flow. When I click done, you're going to start seeing that flow start. So now we see the flow running, and we've got the first green check, and it's going to go all the way through, and now I have 5 checks. So the last step of this flow is to send me an email. So let's go to my Outlook, and here is that email. If I open up the email, it does show that the attachment is on this email, and it shows the default body of the message. All right, so here I've clicked on it. So now you can see what the actual invoice looked like. And then you can also compare on the right where the email content is, the body of that email. So you can see that it was able to successfully find the invoice ID, the date, the amount of the invoice, and some details on that. So that is working as smoothly as it can be. It's a pre-built model, pretty much ready to go. If I go back to that flow and click Edit, and then test again, I'm going to test with a different type of invoice format. So I'm going to click Manual again, and this time, instead of importing a PDF, I'm going to import a PNG file. And when I click Run Flow, you can see the flow has started again, and all of the steps have ran successfully. If I go back to my Outlook, here's the recent email, and there you can see the invoice is attached. It's not a PDF. This is a different format, but it still was able to read the content of the invoice and put that in the email for me. All right. Well, thanks for watching that video. That was a pretty short one. So if you can imagine, that flow is not going to be perfect and polished for every scenario out there. So next, I'm going to create a video on how to maybe alter the flow that was already created to fit a little bit more custom needs to my liking, but hopefully those suggestions that I'm providing could be useful to you as well. So stay tuned. I've got another video for you coming up next.